when the Bible talks about embryology and the human being being created from cheese. Cheese.
I hope you guys have listened to the video or the question. Now, Job 10:10 says, "Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese?" What's going on here? In this verse, Job is crying out to God in pain and confusion. He's asking God, "If you created me so carefully and intimately, why are you letting me suffer like this now?" So, welcome guys to my channel. If you are new here, please do subscribe and share with your fellow being. And don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section. So let's try to learn. The imaginary is vibrant. Now, Job compares the formation of his body to milk being turned into cheese, just like making cheese is a slow hands-on process. Now, Job is saying that God was directly involved in forming him. Therefore, he is acknowledging that how deeply personal and intentional his creation was. But now, in his suffering, he feels like that care has been thrown away. Ancient times, people saw life as a gift from God and believed that God was closely involved in creating each person, but they also believed that if someone suffered, it was usually a punishment for wrongdoing. Therefore, Job's friend thought his suffering must mean he sinned, but Job knows that he didn't do anything to deserve this, and that's why he's studying so much. He can't understand why would God go to such length to give him a life only to let him suffer in a way that that life feels meaning behind the words poured out like milk. Now, Job is saying he began as something formless and soft, like milk. This may represent the earliest stages of life, possibly in the womb. Now, curdle me like cheese. This describes how God slowly shaped him, just as milk slowly transforms into cheese. Therefore, it's a powerful picture of development, intention, and care. Now, Joe has used this metaphor to ask, why would you put so much care into making me only to let me fall apart like this? This story connects us to Jesus. The story of Job also points forward to Jesus. Just like Job, Jesus was formed with intention, deeply loved by God, and yet he suffered more than anyone else. But Jesus' suffering had a purpose. It brought salvation and hope to others. Philippians chapter 2, verse 7 to 8 tells us that Jesus took on human flesh, became like us, and suffered even to the point of death. Now, but through that suffering came resurrection, healing, and new life, which Job didn't understand the full picture. But in Jesus, we see that even deep suffering can have a redemptive purpose. The final thought on this video, Job 10:10 reminds us of the mystery and beauty of being created by God, but also the pain of living in a broken world. Therefore, it invites us to bring our honest question to God, trusting that He hears us even when life doesn't make sense. Even in our confusion, we are still seen, still valued, and still loved by one who carefully made us from the very beginning. And I hope you guys like this video. Please do subscribe and share with your following, and don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section, and many more episodes are coming up.